Okay, class. So let's continue the lecture regarding functions. No? So functions. So now let's discuss the basic operations. So as for the basic operations, syempre ganun din ang addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, no? So for addition, we have f plus g of x. Yan. F plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x plus g of x. So that's how we add that's how we do the addition of functions. Next is subtraction. Paano naman ang subtraction? So same, kung ito is f plus g, ito naman is f minus g of x. F minus g of x is equal to f of x minus g of x. Okay, then we have multiplication. Multiplication. So we have f dot g, no? So kapag dot, di ba, multiplication yan sa algebra nyo. So f dot g of x is now equal to f of x dot g of x. Then we have the division. So paano naman pagka-division? So ang division, f over g of x is equal to f of x over g of x. Kasi dito class, ino-operate na natin yung hindi na lang isang functions kagaya nung nakaraan, di ba? Na focus tayo sa isang function, then hinahanap natin yung domain and range niya. Dito naman, we are talking about what if we talk about two or more functions and their relations. So when we add the functions f and g, then we have f of x plus g of x. Or if we subtract it, we now have f of x minus g of x. Or when we multiply it, f of x dot g of x. And then for division, we have f of x over g of x, no? So dito kasya naman siguro dito. So example, no? Example tayo. If f of x, let's say we have f of x which is equal to x squared and g of x and g of x equal to x plus 1. Yan. Then find f plus g x f minus g of x f dot g of x and f over g of x. Okay, yan. So solution. So we know that f plus g of x, so first is f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x, diba? Which is now equal to x squared. F of x mo, f of x is equal to x squared plus, no, ito, plus g of x. Ano yung g of x mo? Ito yung g of x, which is equal to x plus 1. Yeah? So what will this give you? So it is now equal to same, x squared plus x plus 1. Yeah? This is now your f plus g x. Okay, diba? Number 2, f minus g of x. So same sa kabila, di ba? So pwede na nating, so madali lang naman yung example. So lagay na natin f minus g of x is equal to same. So x squared, same x squared minus x plus 1. Diba? Take note of the parenthesis class kasi f of x, ito si f of x minus g of x, ito yung g of x, x plus 1. So ang equal, magiging equal siya ngayon sa x squared minus x, diba? Minus x minus 1. Yan. Kaya siya nag minus 1 kasi naka-parenthesis yan kasi f of x minus g of x yan. I-minus mo yung buong g of x, yung buong g of x ang naka-minus sa kanya. Okay? Kaya yan ang sagot. Number 3 is multiplication. So f dot g of x is equal to, ano nga yung ito gagamitin natin ngayon? So same, si x squared multiplied by g of x, which is x plus 1. Okay, so ano sagot? So magiging x cubed plus x squared x cubed plus x squared. O yun mo. So yun na yung sagot, x cubed plus x squared. f.g of x. Diba? Then we have the division. Dito na natin ilagay yung 1, 2, 3, 4. Dito natin ilagay. So, f over g of x is equal to f of x mo, of course, is x squared over x plus 1. Diba? So, ano yung sagot, class? Can we simplify this one? Wala na. So, yan na yung sagot. X squared over x plus 1. Diba? Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the composite function. Ano ba yung composite function? Composite function. So by definition, so if f, yung f mo, kung f mo na to, if f is a function from x to y and g is a function. So, dalawa yung function na pinag-uusapan, f and g. Is a function from y to z. Then, the composite G composed F. Yan. Ito, composed. Composed ang tawag dyan. So, then the composite function G composed F. Ito. Parenthesis natin. Is the function from x to z. Okay, so yan yung definition. So if f is a function from x to y, so function siya from x to y, and g is a function from y to z, then the composite function G composed F is the function from X to Z. Parang naging combination siya ng lahat. From X to Z. So, example, no? So, for given f of x. So, kung ang given mo, f of x and g of x, then f composed g x is equal to ano ngayon ang ano niya, ang equivalent ng f composed g of x is equal to f of g of x, nasa loob yan siya, f of g of x. Or paano kapag baliktad naman, g composed f. So yung position ng functions, no, kung f composed g and g composed f is different, no, because g composed f of x now will be equal to g of f of x. Okay, so ano ibig sabihin yan, class? So kung may equation ka ng f of x and g of x, isa-substitute mo lang yung value ng g ng dito sa f of x mo, isa-substitute mo yung value ng g of x mo if f composed g of x ang hinahanap, and baliktad, si f of x naman ang itong buong f of x ang isa-substitute mo sa value ng x ni g of x kapag si g composed f of x ang hinahanap. Okay, so let's have this example tayo dito, example. Okay, so given tayo ng, if given ang f of x which is equal to x minus 2, okay, and g of x equals 2x plus 1, okay, so find the question is find f of g of x, f of g of x and g of f of x. Okay, yan ang gusto natin, hanapin natin yan. So solution, so syempre unang-una si f of g of x is equal to, syempre kopya mo kukunin mo muna yung pinaka-model mo, si f of x yung nasa labas ano ba si f of x? So si f of x is x minus 2, diba? X minus 2. So kung si f of x mo is x minus 2 and then nasa loob niya ng function niya si g of x, so meaning itong si x mo ngayon, itong si x mo na ito ngayon is isa-substitute mo ng value ng g of x, okay, which is equal to ilan? 2x plus 1. Okay, so natin, substitute na natin to, lakihan na natin. Okay, so now we have 2x plus 1. Okay? And then simplify. So 2x plus 1 minus 2 is equal to 2x plus 1 minus 2. So magiging 2x, then 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So 2x minus 1. Ito ngayon yung sagot mo. Okay? What if baliktad naman? So g of f of x. So baliktad lang. So ang model mo na function is g of x. Kasi siya nasa labas eh. So 2x plus 1, diba, is equal to 2. Ngayon si x ay sa-substitute mo ng f of x, which is f of x mo ngayon is x minus 2. Sa loob si x minus 2 plus 1. Then simplify. You will now have 2x minus 4 plus 1, which is equal to 2x minus 3. Okay? So, ganyan siya ginagawa, class. Okay. So, paano naman yung inverse function? So, let's try now inverse function. Sino ba yan? Okay. Inverse function naman tayo. Paano naman daw ang inverse function? Okay. Pag sinabing inverse, kabaliktaran. Inverse function. Inverse function. Okay. So, sige, definition muna ulit tayo. So, what is the definition when you say inverse function? So, if f is a one-on-one function, one-on-one function with domain x and range y, then a function g with domain y and range x and range x is called the inverse function. Of f. If f of g of x, may condition, if f of g of x is equal to x, so yung inverse function. for every x na maliit in y, and g of f of x is equal to x for every x in x. Okay. So, if f is a one-on-one function with domain x and range y, then a function g with domain y and range x is called the inverse function of f if f of g of x is equal to x, and for every x in y, and g of f of x equals x for every x in x. Okay? So, yan class. Okay. So, the meaning of this definition is, ito lang siya. Yung, the inverse f of f of x, yan, nasa loob si f of x. The inverse f of x is equal to x. Or the inverse, and the function of the inverse of x, no, or f of the inverse of x f inverse of f of x. So, inverse f of x is equal to x. And also, f of inverse of f of x is equal to x also. Okay? So, yun yung ibig sabihin niya. So, paano ginagawa? No? So, example tayo. Example. Gurahin muna natin lahat. So, buruin natin lahat, class. Okay, siguro. So, ito yung model natin, no? Model equation natin. Yan ang sinusundan natin. No? So, example. Example tayo. If f of x mo ngayon, if f of x mo is equal to 3x minus 5, find the inverse function of x. Find the inverse function of x. So, inverse function, f negative 1. So, yan yung hinahanap. Yan yung hinahanap. Okay? So, solution. So, first thing is to let y is equal to your f of x. So that your y which is f of x, ito will be equal to y which is equal to 3x minus 5, no? Pinalitan lang sa f of x ni y, no? Then we solve x in the equation, no? Solve for x tayo ngayon. So, mangyayari is So, y plus 5 is equal to 3x. Diba? Y plus 5 equal to 3x. Therefore, your 3x is equal to y plus 5. And now, x is equal to y plus 5 over 3. Diba? So, how do we find now? If this is the equation for x, how do we find now the inverse of x? So, the inverse of x is simply the we change x the inverse function of f of x is the inverse of x. So, etong x, gagawin mo lang siyang y. And then si y, gagawin mong x. So, that's how you get the inverse. So, kanina, si y mo is equal to 3x minus 5. So, sinolve mo si x, then si x na yon ginawa mo siyang y. Then, yung nasa loob niya, si y, naging x. So, ganyan kumuha ng inverse. Okay? So, ayun. So, I hope you understand this simple lecture class, and please wait for the second assignment that I will post in your MS Teams. Okay, class? That's all for now, and thank you.